Hey,
it's finally happened.
I'm so happy it's here.
It
was so much fun.
It was so much fun to watch. It was fairly fun to make.
Yeah. To make, really?
Yeah, well,
I think I'd dispute that.
There were a couple of headaches, but he was really simple to make, Quicksilver. Or Quick Grey, as he's now known.
Yeah, because you can't call him Quicksilver. So, in this episode, we're doing just the new characters to Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yes.
And kicking it off with Pietro Maximoff.
Yes, we'll have another episode later with the returning characters.
Yeah, so Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, blah, blah, blah.
Different costumes, because Black Widow had an awesome costume.
We both agreed that Black Widow's costume in here is the best appearance she's had.
Awesome.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So she went back to her her hair being short, as
which was
opposed
good.
to Captain America when it was long.
Yeah, I agree. He was alright in the film.
Or Quicksilver.
Yeah.
It was a bit meh, but yeah, fine, well.
I preferred the X-Men one for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
He had just more class.
But supposedly they chose him to show off visual effects. That's what I've heard anyway.
Really?
Whereas Scarlet Witch, on the other hand,
didn't really have much of a visual effect. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, she had that
red cloud thing that she produced,
which they'd already done with Thor: The Dark World, really, didn't they?
Yeah, it was basically just using the darkness.
Yeah,
whatever it looked a lot like the darkness.
Can't remember what it's called, but yeah,
that was what it's called, the darkness.
Was it called the darkness?
Yeah.
What name?
It was Thor: Dark World.
I don't think it was called the darkness. But we'll call it the darkness now.
I'm fairly sure it was called the darkness. Anyway.
Crimson Witch, because you can't call it Scarlet Witch.
No, I thought that was quite funny.
What?
Because
the
Crimson's,
name?
Crimson's a
similar colour.
Yeah.
And she dies in this game.
In the game, not in the film.
So, underwhelming in the film, underwhelming in the game. How do you what about that? Now, this one...
Let's face it, she did make the whole...
Oh, she did make a big difference. She was very important in the film.
Yeah, because if she'd have done what she was supposed to do,
then things may have been differently.
Things may have been...
Now, this guy, this bloody guy, impossible to make, I found.
You had a headache with him.
I hated making this guy.
See, I thought you had a fairly decent thing, and then you did something else, and then you screwed with other things, and it didn't work.
Just could not get around to making how I wanted to make. I kept looking at the picture I used for the inspiration, and every time I looked at it, it was like, no, that's not right. That's still not right. I wanted to make sure he had that gem in his head.
It's bindi dot.
Slightly offensive. Black.
Whoa!
Big lag, by the way.
Wow.
I was trying to make sure he had his gem, and that itself was a headache. His head's all that like maroon and green.
Yeah.
But
I've
in Champions, for some reason, you can't have a separate thing which is just yellow. So I had to add this like temporary arcana piece on his head.
It's bindi dot.
And he's also the only character to materialise a cape out of nowhere.
Yeah, he does.
Which was
just all
kind of weird.
Clothes. It materialises everything.
But he doesn't win fights by materialising
He's basically
stuff.
God. He can just materialise things on
Vision
himself.
is God. Now, Hulkbuster.
Hulkbuster.
You were very excited.
So, I wanted to see Hulkbuster in the film, I wanted to make Hulkbuster in the games. I like Hulkbuster.
And I'm glad they made him kind of realistic, in a way. Like, he wasn't stronger than the Hulk.
No, he wasn't stronger than the Hulk.
And he was prepared to be beaten up by the Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Extra parts.
Yeah, that was the cool bit. The fact they had extra parts was a big thing.
It just shows that that Tony Stark was a scout. Because he was prepared, be prepared, he brought extra parts with him. He's a scout.
I can't deny that. He must be a scout.
Like, the only way to be better than that is to be Batman.
Yeah, and just win everything because you're Batman.
Because you just ridiculous levels of preparedness.
And no matter what happens, you can just say, I'm Batman, and win.
Yeah. Like utility belts coming.
So he fought the Hulk for not much of a reason, to be honest.
Against the Hulk.
Apart from calming him down, I guess.
Yeah, he
won. In the meantime, they destroyed pretty much all of Wakanda.
Yeah, downtown Wakanda got
So Black Panther's going to have to build his city back up.
Pissed.
He will be pissed. He's going to be in Civil War. He'll be like, hey, Tony, I've got a problem with you. You destroyed my city.
No, but they sent in the Stark industry people to basically fix everything afterwards.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
It's a big destruction.
I like how they come out, because all these superheroes, all these big films where you've got good guys and bad guys, they all come and just completely wreck a city, but there's nothing about how everything gets fixed afterwards.
That was a big thing when Man of Steel came out. They said the destruction in that film was billions and billions of dollars, and who's going to rebuild it?
Pay for that?
Superman doesn't have any money.
Tony Stark's paid for it. It was like, yeah, I'll just send in my recovery team. And
he's got unlimited money, hasn't he?
Money.
He seriously does.
It's so much money.
Then the further this film went on, it was like, he's just literally got no financial restriction at all.
It's just like, money means nothing to him.
He doesn't have to run his company because Pepper's doing it.
Yeah.
He gets unlimited money so he can play around all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got some of the coolest friends in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him and Bruce Banner was a nice relationship. Though.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like, two little nerds hanging out with
finally,
each other.
Pinocchio.
Yes.
I mean, Ultron.
Yes. Oh, the title character.
Yeah.
People have been requesting it for a while, and we finally done
Finally
it.
got around to it. He's quite difficult to make.
Yes.
His actual character designs are sort of robotic human
And you
noise sort
loved
of
his
thing.
arse.
They have really...
The one thing you took away from the film.
No, I
Ultron
mentioned it
had
to
a
you.
really nice arse.
I mentioned to you the fact they really distinguished his arse, and you didn't see it.
Maybe Ultron.
If you see it ever again, look at the arse they give him. He's got like a separate gear, which is like perfectly formed for an arse.
Oh man!
But he was a very good actor.
He needs gears in order to have a healthy bowel movement.
It's like fibre for us. So yeah, it was a bit difficult because on Champions you had to like leave those gaps of wiring and
Yes.
stuff. But
I'm sure you could put plating on it somehow.
I'm sure you could, but I didn't want to get rid of all the robotic looks.
If you want to see a better Ultron, just play Champions and watch the loading screen.
Yeah, the main enemy
That
seems
new
to be
enemy they've
Ultron.
got,
Yeah.
The flying starships or whatever. I forget what it's called. I don't know what it's called. I haven't played it.
So
yeah.
we'll see you next week, or next episode, sorry.
Yes.
With Iron Man, Captain
Iron
America,
Man, Captain America,
Thor,
Black Widow,
Hawkeye, and I think that's all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time,
Yes.
and enjoy.